These are the luxury brands that destroy millions of dollars worth of unsold merchandise every year to protect their image of exclusivity. Louis Vuitton, along with other high-end fashion houses, has long been rumored to burn unsold bags, clothes, and accessories rather than sell them at discount prices. The practice sounds almost criminal, taking perfectly good handbags worth thousands of dollars and literally setting them on fire. But the reality behind this controversial business strategy reveals a complex web of economics, psychology, and surprisingly, government incentives that can make destruction more profitable than donation. Let's start with what we actually know versus what has been speculated. While rumors have circulated for years that Louis Vuitton burns unsold bags, Snopes found no demonstrable evidence directly tying the brand to that practice. However, the evidence suggests something is happening behind closed doors. LinkedIn profiles of Louis Vuitton employees, including logistics supervisors, list duties that involve reporting and follow-up activities related to duty drawback for both product destruction and product export. And more tellingly, LVMH's own annual reports hint at the practice. The company states that provisions for impairment of inventories are generally required because of product obsolescence or lack of sales prospects. It is corporate speak, but it suggests that unsold inventory does not just disappear into storage. The numbers tell a staggering story. In 2023 alone, LVMH reported 3.2 billion euros in unsold goods, while its competitor Kering recorded 1.5 billion euros. Between 2014 and 2023, both companies saw their unsold inventory more than double. We are talking about mountains of luxury products that never reach consumers. But Louis Vuitton was not the brand that exposed this practice to the world. That distinction belongs to Burberry, the British luxury house that inadvertently triggered a global scandal in 2018. When Burberry's annual report revealed they had destroyed 28.6 million pounds worth of merchandise in a single year, including 10.4 million pounds of beauty inventory alone, the public response was swift and brutal. The total value of goods destroyed by Burberry since 2013 was a staggering 90 million pounds. The backlash was immediate. Fashion Revolution co-founder Ursula de Castro called it the biggest open secret in the fashion industry because it proves how inefficient the current system is, that it is cheaper to burn these amazing products than to produce less. Within months, Burberry announced it would stop burning unsold products, but the damage to the industry's reputation was done. The practice extends far beyond fashion. Swiss luxury conglomerate Richemont, owner of Cartier and other prestigious watch brands, bought back 481 million euros worth of watches from retail partners in just 2 years, according to their 2018 earnings report. What happened to those watches? They were dismantled, with gold cases melted down and movements recycled into new timepieces. Richemont's chief financial officer, Burkhard Grund, was surprisingly candid about the strategy, saying they do not believe that having their inventory in the gray market will help long-term brand equity, so that is why they bought it back. So why do luxury brands choose destruction over donation or discounting? The answer lies in the fundamental economics of luxury goods. Unlike regular consumer products, luxury items derive their value from scarcity and exclusivity. This phenomenon, known as the Veblen effect, means that higher prices actually increase desirability because they signal status and rarity. If Louis Vuitton bags started appearing in outlet stores or charity shops, it would fundamentally undermine the brand's carefully cultivated image of exclusivity. The psychology is simple. If everyone can afford a Louis Vuitton bag, then owning one loses its power as a status symbol. There's also a significant financial incentive that most people don't know about. Under U.S. customs law, companies can claim duty drawback, a refund of up to 99% of the duties, taxes, and fees paid on imported goods that are subsequently exported or destroyed. Given that the average duty rate for importing a leather handbag is 16%, but can reach as high as 60% depending on materials, the tax savings from destruction can be substantial. Similar tax benefits exist in other countries. In Italy, brands that destroy unsold products can claim tax credits. The Wall Street Journal reported on Italian menswear brand Stefano Ricci, whose employees gather unsold clothes into boxes at year's end for incineration at special facilities. The environmental cost of this practice is enormous. Every year in Europe, an estimated 4 to 9% of unsold textiles are destroyed before ever being worn. This waste generates around 5.6 million tons of carbon dioxide emissions, nearly equal to Sweden's total net emissions in 2021. In France alone, between 10,000 and 20,000 tons of textile products are destroyed annually, equivalent to the weight of 2 Eiffel Towers. These environmental concerns, combined with public outrage, have triggered a regulatory response. France became the first country to ban the destruction of unsold non-food products in February 2020. The comprehensive anti-waste law, which took full effect in January 2022, requires companies to donate, reuse, redistribute, or recycle unsold items instead of destroying them. Violations can result in fines of up to 15,000 euros. The European Union has now followed suit. Starting July 19th, 2026, large companies will be prohibited from destroying unsold apparel, clothing accessories, and footwear under new measures adopted by the European Commission. Medium-sized companies will have until 2030 to comply. Companies will also be required to publicly disclose how much unsold inventory they discard, bringing unprecedented transparency to the practice. Luxury brands are scrambling to adapt. Hermès announced it no longer destroys unsold items in France and plans to extend this policy worldwide between 2025 and 2030. Kering, owner of Gucci and Saint Laurent, committed to stop destroying unsold products globally from 2022. Even the secretive Swiss watch industry is changing. Some manufacturers now donate unsold timepieces to watchmaking schools. But critics argue these measures do not address the root cause. Unsold stock is not an accident, it is a business model, wrote Muchaneta Tenepel, Chief Executive Officer of fashion policy research consultancy Shape Innovate. The fundamental issue is not what happens to unsold goods, but why luxury brands continue to overproduce. Some brands are finding creative alternatives. LVMH has developed an ecosystem that includes employee sales, donation to fashion schools, and partnerships with recycling companies. They launched Nona Source, a platform that resells excess fabrics, and work with Vuitton, a textile recycling startup. In 2020, Hermès sold 39,000 products made through UP Cycling, including bags created from leather scraps that sold for 1,700 euros. Despite being made from waste materials. Artificial intelligence is also being deployed to tackle the problem at its source. Kering has used AI to improve sales forecasting by over 20%, while LVMH partnered with Google in 2021 to enhance demand prediction and inventory optimization. The luxury industry faces a fundamental tension between maintaining exclusivity and meeting growing demands for sustainability and social responsibility. Julie Elguzzi from Colts Consultancy notes that Louis Vuitton is particularly efficient at managing inventory, able to track stock in a millimetric way. As regulatory pressure intensifies and consumer awareness grows, the era of casually destroying luxury goods appears to be ending. The question now is not whether brands will stop burning unsold inventory, but how quickly they can transition to more sustainable alternatives without undermining the very exclusivity that makes luxury goods valuable. The irony is striking. An industry built on craftsmanship, artistry, and timeless value has spent decades literally burning the fruits of its labor. As new laws force transparency and alternatives to destruction, we may finally see luxury brands live up to their own stated values of quality and permanence. The age of burning luxury goods is coming to an end, but the challenge of balancing exclusivity with responsibility is just beginning.